Hello and welcome to another Overpaid Over the Bar with me, Anthony. But this week it's not just me. We're doing a special one this Tuesday morning after game week 30 and before game week 31. And well, the reason we're doing this it's because Arsenal Football Club are on the verge of winning their first Premier League trophy since 2004. Is that correct? Adam
Yeah,
and Freddie, hello, welcome.
22 years.
Well, so with me today are Freddie and Adam Speak, lifelong supporters of Arsenal, as is their dad. And Adam, you were at the game on Saturday.
I was indeed
Tell us
with
about
my
that.
mum and your sister, no less.
Well, both of
Um,
them, yeah.
yeah, so funnily enough, it was my mum's second ever game.
Hmm.
First one being Everton at home last year, which was 0-0. So we thought better get her back to Everton again at home this year to see if the curse was going to continue. And for 89 minutes, we thought we were going to get another 0-0. And yeah, the rest is history. We know what happened, and she had the night of her life.
And Kath was saying that she predicted this all the way through the game, that it was going to take 90 minutes for them to score, and then they scored.
She just kept saying, she said, yeah, like my mum, she'll leave it as late as possible until about 90, and then we'll do it.
Uh,
And yeah, and we did.
and what was the atmosphere like when Dowman scored? Because this is like a legendary goal now in
I think the maddest thing about it was that we knew it was the longest celebration before a ball has crossed the line that I've ever seen, right? Because he was practically just coming out of our half when we knew that he'd scored. David Raya was already on the floor celebrating. Gabriel was on his knees, and he hadn't even got into the final third. So it was almost like at the initial celebration, then it died down to give him his moment to cross the line, and then it just went absolutely nuts again. I mean, I've watched 150 different camera angles from iPhones
I'm
from
sure.
literally every single part of the ground, and there's just not one part that is not complete chaos. I mean, the guy that sits in front of me was somehow in my row. The people were just falling all over the place. It was unbelievable.
Right.
Problem is, my mum's got a bad back at the moment, so she was just absolutely terrified that someone was going to jump on top of her. But she got through it.
Okay. Um, uh, and Freddie, I'm calling this as Arsenal have won the league. Are you getting a bit nervous about that? Is that too soon?
It is. It is. Like it, especially with how we've been playing. I do think we're going to win the league, and I haven't thought we are recently based on how badly we've been playing. But it seems like every game is so we had to ride our luck against Everton. Let's be honest. Like Everton should have been up at half time. Maybe the penalty is obviously might have changed that if that was given, but there we could lose any game at any time with how we're playing at the minute, and we're still going to the Etihad. So even if the key for me is this first game back in, I think it's the April 11th weekend, which is like 3.5 weeks, which is a long break to not play a Premier League game. City go to Stamford Bridge. We have Bournemouth at home. We have Bournemouth at home on the Saturday. They go to Stamford Bridge on Sunday. If we beat Bournemouth and they drop points again at the bridge, then I'll be like, okay, I believe it's done. We'd have like an 8, 9 point gap, and then we could go to the Etihad with a free hit the next weekend. Um, but now I'm just thinking like we slip up against Bournemouth, which is like very possible with how we're playing. We're making every game look difficult at the minute. City go and get a statement win at the bridge, and then suddenly we lose at the Etihad and they're 1 point behind us or level on points. It just really doesn't. I get why as a neutral everyone's saying it's over, but as an Arsenal fan, not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah, the one thing that convinces me is that if you look at the goals they conceded, even when they had those silly draws in that double game week against Wolves and whoever else it was before that, like the goals they conceded were defensive mistakes. They weren't, they were like kicking the ball at each other and stuff like that. It wasn't like they were being broken down by the opposition at any point.
Everton against Everton, we were though. We were broken down about 5 different times in the first half, and a Calafiori ridiculous block where he just
Yeah,
flings a leg up, and
yeah.
a couple of amazing David Raya saves, and just a bit of better finishing from Everton, and we're 2-3 nil down. Like it was ropey. It was really, really
What do you
scary.
think that's down to? Because it's different. It's very different to the first half of the season, the way that they look when they have the ball.
We don't we weren't pressing as a team. I couldn't believe I was sitting with my dad and my friend watching the game, being like, "We're the front three was going, and then the defense were in their own half still, and there was like this chasm in the middle of the pitch, and
Right.
I couldn't believe it because that is the one thing you just do not see under Arteta. It's either there in a low block or it's there. Like
Right.
wherever it is, there's always that kind of, as they talk about, the 30 yards between your attack and your defense. And it was just it was miles. It was like watching kind of United under Amorim, where you just see like the attack go and then none of the rest of the team goes. And I honestly don't know what that's down to. Is it nerves? Is it
Yeah.
tiredness? I don't.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So Adam, you're a bit busy man at the minute, are you? Bit like quite a lot going on in your life at the moment.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Well, yeah. Obviously, now a father of little Elsie. She
Yay.
is going to be 3 weeks tomorrow. Um, yeah, only missed one Arsenal game though, so that's all good.
I
I'll
mean,
be
that's the
back
important
tonight.
thing.
Yeah, I'll be back at the Emirates tonight, and I'll be going to the Cup final on Sunday. So
We're both going tonight, actually.
yeah,
It's my
yeah,
game whilst I'm back. So we'll both be at the Emirates tonight for the
Oh, it's
Champions
tonight. I forgot about Champions League. So Galatasaray. Oh,
yeah.
what? Oh, sorry. What?
by Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Yeah. Thank you. Leverkusen's tonight, and they are 1-1 from the first leg. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
yeah. Got the job done just with a Madueke late run into the box and a penalty.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you'd imagine that they'll beat Leverkusen, but yeah, we'll see. As I always say. All right. Any other Champions League this week we're looking out for? I mean, actually, it's terrible, the English teams in the Champions League, isn't it? I
All of a
mean,
sudden,
absolutely terrible. I mean,
yeah. I
like,
mean, for us, obviously, City going 3-0 down last week is actually a nightmare because we
yeah,
want them to be in every competition for as long as possible. I think they've just, because it's at the Etihad, I think tomorrow, they've got just enough to kind of fight for. If it had been a complete obliteration, they might have
mm,
rotated. I
mm,
think Pep can't really rotate against Madrid at home. So
yeah,
at least they're going to fight for that. But if they got through, which it's very unlikely, they would be playing Bayern Munich most likely kind of twice around very other important Premier League games and potentially one around when we go to the Etihad. So it's
Yeah.
a shame, but
I mean, they can't even
yeah,
keep a clean sheet against West Ham. There's no way
no,
they're keeping a clean
no,
sheet against Madrid
no.
in that second leg.
And actually, coming back to the Premier League, obviously Freddie's talked about why he thinks Arsenal, you know, haven't won the title yet. You're assuming City are going to win every game between now and the
Exactly.
end of the season.
Exactly.
Like they are not, they are
Exactly.
not the team they've been. And if we're going to drop points, best believe they are going to drop points as well. Um,
Yeah.
so let's see. Let's see. I mean, I think I heard a stat the other day. I don't know if don't quote me on this. I think this is right. They we are by far leading goals and assists from subs. So obviously Dowman was a sub, Gyökeres was a sub on the weekend. I think we've got well into double figures of kind of goals and assists from
Yeah,
subs. And I think City have one goal
yeah,
from a sub all
yeah,
season.
yeah.
So their bench and their changes and what they can do with their squad is far less than what we can do.
That's a really good comparison. And actually, Arteta as a manager, I think his real qualities this season have been shown. I mean, I think people overrate how nervy he is because I think he's not that nervy, considering how much is at stake. He really does have this ability to kind of keep everybody in the game in terms of the like everybody playing for each other and everybody playing for their places. I mean, if you look at that left side, that's been a problem all season for Arteta because none of those players, Martinelli, Trossard, maybe Eze on there or Madueke, none of them are really proving themselves as threatening on that side because Arsenal have a threat down the right, but they still don't really have a threat down the left. But he's managed to keep all the players involved without anybody, getting. I mean, Martinelli is an incredibly enthusiastic and dogged player for someone who gets overlooked for
Yeah.
a starting place so often, right?
Yeah, I think Arteta is his man management, like in general, the way he speaks in press conferences is always clipped by rival fans, and but I think it's severely underrated. There was this one moment, I think it was after we were 2-0 up against Wolves and came back to draw 2-2. And that was the moment where I really thought like we are throwing away this title. And he came out and did this press conference on the Wednesday, and he was like, I've had a meeting with the team and we've decided, however we kind of continue in this season, we're going to do it with like enjoyment, and we're going to like love what we do, and we're going
Right.
to fight for this. And I sent it to my friend who's a United fan, and I was like, I suddenly believe we're going to win the league again, like just
Mm.
after hearing that interview. And then I
Mm.
think we went out and beat Chelsea, and I can't remember who it was in the maybe it was in the Carabao Cup around then, and then we won an important league game, and it suddenly looked like everything was back on track. And he does manage situations unbelievably well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
job that people kind of label him as. It's just, yeah,
I mean, it's about trophies, isn't it? And I always say that, when Arsenal went close, and both, I think they've come very close in two seasons recently out of the last three.
yeah,
Um, I think refereeing decisions had a lot to do. I mean, I know it's always excuses for any team, but there were a couple of ones. I remember Man City getting some really bad decisions, not I think 3 seasons ago. That Arsenal really, they would have won the league, but for a couple of decisions. So for me, you can't say, oh, that's the manager, right? I mean, a bit of luck, and he would have won the league. And
Yeah,
then everyone's opinion changes, but he's done exactly the same thing if a couple of decisions go the same way. And I'm not saying they deserve to win the league because of those refereeing decisions. I'm just saying that he could have won the league with a bit of luck,
yeah, yeah.
right?
It's
And
been so close.
that doesn't change him as a manager. It doesn't change his qualities as a manager. And then if you get rid, who do you end up with? Like someone who's could make it
Igor
worse.
Tudor.
I mean, he got a draw at Liverpool. Okay,
I know you
so
can't rely on Liverpool for anything.
all right, so we've got another 10 minutes or so. Let's talk fantasy Premier League, FPL. This is my team from game week 30. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. 'Cause I'll do another video on Thursday. I got a red arrow down to 11k. This is a disappointingly low overall rank, obviously. And then if we look at overpaid over the bar, we've got Freddie in second place. But your overall rank, Freddie, is 30k. That's your overall rank.
yeah. It's I've had a very good last 5 weeks. I think I've really kind of shot up. I think I was not even in the top 100 5 weeks ago, but yeah. Oh, there you go. Not even in the top 200 3 weeks ago. Wow. Um, yeah. So it's been a very good last few weeks.
I mean, let's just see your best overall rank for the season before this. It was no, that's 2 million. 395k.
I think
You need
that's
to use
probably
commas. Where are the commas in that? That's a
yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only other season. Maybe at 19, 20, 20, 21 is the only seasons where I've actually remembered to play till the end. But but yeah, it's definitely been going a lot better this season. Although I've messed up with my transfers. I don't watch enough FPL content or any FPL content apart from yours, Ant, to know about
Well, if you've
all
been watching
game
mine, you
weeks
should flipping know there was a double game. There's a blank next week, and then a double in
I did know that there was
33.
a blank. I did know that there was a blank, and I was thinking, oh, it's fine. I can make whatever transfers I want because I'll just play my wild card next week. But I didn't realize that that's not the thing to do.
Look. I was thinking about this, and you were asking on the chat yesterday, should I play my free hit wild card? When because I've got no players next week. How many players? Let's first of all count. So
I've I've basically got nine. I've got nine.
you've got Dubravka in goal, Virgil and Burmo Fernandes, Soboslai, Joao Pedro, Thiago Ekitike, and Ballard, who may or
Yeah,
may not be fit.
yeah.
All right. Well, I suggest you make two transfers and take a hit. That's what I suggest.
I've only got one free transfer, so I'd have to take a -4.
Yeah, and what I suggest is getting rid of Semenyo and buying Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at as my one transfer.
Right.
Also, potentially Lewis Hall for Gahey.
Yeah, because Newcastle have got Sunderland at home, which I mean, it's not like I mean Sunderland often in these games when the team wants it. You know, Sunderland want it so much, their fans want it so much. It could be a hard game for Newcastle. That. Um, on the other hand, Gordon is in some really good form, and he will start, I think. Although they do have Galatasaray. No, Paris. Oh my God, I'm getting all my European teams mixed up.
Barcelona.
Barcelona away, thank you, in the Champions League. Uh, Probably tomorrow, or is it tonight? I'm not sure. And then
Yeah.
in game week 32, they have Crystal Palace. Now, what the situation is that there will be a double game week in 33, and it will involve at least some 6, 8, 10 teams, something like that, right? So there'll be three, four, or five games in double game week 33 extra. Now, we don't know what that will be until the FA Cup next round is done and the European matches are done. Okay, I mean, especially the FA Cup. So it's not until the FA Cup won't be decided until after game week 31 and between game week 31 and 32. So between game week 31 and 32, you can work out then when you're going to play your chips
Right.
because you've still got the free hit and you've still got the wild card if you don't play it this week, right? And you can manage that, especially with your league, your work league. You can manage it so you win that easily, honestly. Yeah. So, I mean, with the overpaid over the bar, you know, you've got me to contend with, and you know, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you see, the thing is, when you're the senior member of the family, you don't get as the uncle here. I'm not getting any pushback.
No,
So
I'm not. I have zero confidence in myself beating you in FPL. That is for sure. There
well,
is no pushback here.
basically, I obsess over it, you know, which you
Yeah.
don't. So that's your that means that outside of those moments when you look at your rank against mine, your life is happier than mine all that time, right? So yeah, and then there will be in 34, there will be a blank game week again based on the FA Cup. So in 34, there will be um, something like 6 games, probably, maybe less.
So does that mean that Arsenal might have a double game week somewhere
Yes,
else?
yes,
Assuming, oh,
30,
okay.
Yeah.
30, 33.
Right. So what, the Man City game might be part of a double game week.
Yeah, that's the problem with these doubles, and that Man City Arsenal here is in the double game week. They're not wonderful doubles. They're not like I remember there was a double game week. Was it last season when Crystal Palace? Me and Craig loaded up on Crystal Palace and Arsenal and Everton, and they all went nuts, and we free hit. And I think my rank, it was like 5 weeks to go, and my rank went from like 140k to 40k in one game week uh, because the fixtures were amazing, and everyone else had played their free hit in game week 39, 29, because there was a blank. And I said, no, 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 play your free hit in the double.
Right.
We unfortunately for Craig, I pipped him, got a better score than him, and he was ahead of me at the time. Um, but this is the kind of stuff that we just I spend far too much time thinking about. So yeah, double in 33, blank in 34, and then there's probably another double in 36. Okay.
So you would recommend doing your free hit in 33 and then wild carding in 34,
Yeah.
planning.
I mean, look, it could happen that between game week 31 and 32, you look at your team and it's really good for 32 and you don't need to wild card.
Mhm.
And in that case, there is an argument for wildcarding in 35, which seems very late because you only have 4 weeks of wildcard then. But it might work out as a real advantage. And I am looking at that, but I think 32 is going to be a lot more fun
To
because then you got
wild.
more week. Yeah, you got more weeks to play around with the players. Um, but as I said yesterday, there's a possibility that the Manchester City um, Crystal Palace game, if they both go out of Europe this week, there's a small possibility it gets moved into 32, and that is also a double for Crystal Palace and Manchester City, which
Mm.
then everyone will play their wild card in 32. Absolutely everyone will play it then if they still have it. All right, we've got a few minutes left. So Adam, let's look at your team and explain how you can be on 6 million, which is over half the way up the overall ranks without having made a transfer the whole season.
Well, as some people may know, I had Eza when he was still a Crystal Palace player, and then when he signed for Arsenal, I now have four Arsenal players in my team, so I can't make a transfer without sacrificing an Arsenal player, which heaven forbid I would ever do.
And you can't
Uh,
play any chips either, right? Except for
I
triple
can,
captain.
I think I can do bench boost and triple captain.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but I can't do free hit and I can't do wild card. Um, but
okay.
there was a period in the season where I had a lot of injuries, but in the last couple of months, it's actually been a pretty good team. And but the main thing is the amount of points I lose on my bench every week. There's always someone, or one or two players on my bench that does really well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Pedro has been a really good captain for a while until recently. Obviously, Gyökeres has been finding goals.
yeah.
Yeah, so I've managed to sort of. I mean, unbelievably, the person that's probably got the worst form on this entire page is Saka, which obviously I wouldn't have expected. But yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily be too scared about not making transfers at this point.
Has Gyökeres actually been a great player to have in the last 5 weeks or so? It must have been, surely.
Yeah,
Mm.
I should.
He's
Yeah,
picked
yeah.
up a big
Differential.
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Obviously, I don't have Haaland, and what he hasn't done a lot recently, right? So, do people still have Haaland or not?
Yes, a few people have got rid of him because of the blank, but his ownership's still really high. But in the
that was
top,
Fair.
that was
in,
probably the thing that made me rise up the ranks. Is I was one of the first to get rid of Haaland, and
yeah,
I got very lucky and then just timed it perfectly.
Mm, mm.
I'm absolutely getting him back. I sold him. I'm absolutely getting him back. Yeah, I firmly believe he's going to start firing again after game week 32. Absolutely, I believe that. Anyway,
Mm.
so well, you're going to have 9 players for the next one, aren't you? For this,
Not
you've got
bad.
you got 4 players, 4 Arsenal players. Everyone else will play. I mean 10 players, not 9. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, good. Um, right. So, uh, yeah, I'll do another video on Thursday and talk about my plans for the game week. Um, so Freddie, when are you back in Indonesia? When are you going back?
In 2 weeks today, I
How many
believe. Yeah.
countries have you visited this year, by the way? Like just in
This
2025, it's 26.
in the first few months, I Indonesia, Japan, Canada, UK.
And Australia, right?
Australia was last year.
Oh yeah, but like November or something.
Yeah, yeah, September, October. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I've got quite a lot on this year. I've got Portugal and Spain and
When you come to Portugal?
it's for a friend's
No,
50th
no, no. When?
in June on my birthday actually on
Oh,
my
June the
birthday.
6th. Okay. All right.
Are you in Lisbon?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, nice. I'll make sure to stay a couple of days
Oh, that was
afterwards.
like his afterthought that he thought of afterwards.
Kind
Okay.
of you are.
Ooh.
All all right. Yeah, no, true. I do move around a lot as well. And you're outdoing me as the sort of nomad of the family. Okay, so Adam,
Mm.
um, prediction for tonight.
Ooh, God, I mean, yeah, I think we should. We've been at home in the Champions League. We've been very, very good this season. So I'm going to go with. It'll be a cagey start again, probably. But if we get an early goal, I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. I'm gonna go 5-1.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that Dalman goal is a real spiritual turning point for the team.
The atmosphere will be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it'll be 5-1 tonight. All right. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Really nice to see you both.
No problem.
And
And see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
Love you. Bye bye.
Cheers.